Link that. Add that. And we're at the swipe up GIF, guys. I love it. Love that you could swipe up on Snapchat. And then I might shout out my other friend's podcast too that he's starting up. It is called. I'll show it actually after we do our thing. I'll keep the focus on this right now. But let me do this again. Sorry guys, it's gonna be the same exact thing. We are. All right, guys, we're about to start the mental health podcast with special guest Mike Pitt hopping on here. I've seen him posting some very inspiring stuff lately, so I reached out to him, man, and we're gonna have a nice conversation. It's been a while since I talked to him, so hop in twitch.tv/Logden. All right, he actually perfect timing. Perfect timing. All right, guys. Who is ready? Yeah, boy, blow it up, Logden. Throw those Logden emotes. He should be calling any second now. Alright, possible trigger warning, guys. I don't know what exactly we're going to be talking about. I don't know what's on his mind right now, but there might be some touchy subjects. Just in the realm of mental health, there's always going to be some touchy subjects and stuff. So just be warned. I'm really not sure what this is going to turn into. We're going to try to be as accommodating to everybody and all, but just if you need to take a break, take a break. That is the whole point of this. I'm gonna strum on the guitar a little bit while we wait. Just chilling out, because I don't feel like playing music. I haven't really played with glasses on. What do we got? I thought that was him calling. The phone was vibrating. So just call. Yeah. Alright, who's ready? Do I have any pets? I have a cat, and she never comes down here. She's such a jerk. I bring her down here, and then she cries. Hey, alright, guys. He is calling now. What up? Welcome to the stream, bro.
Hey, what's going on? I'm going to put some headphones in real quick so I can make sure that the sound...
That's fine, man. That's fine. We got 6 viewers right now. Maybe my cat will come down here. I'm gonna ask my brother to bring my cat down here, dude. She likes him better.
Alright.
What up? Alright. Welcome to the stream, guys. At Mike Pitt 22 on social. Cat, what's up? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Alright, man. How you been? It's been a while.
I'm good. Life moves on.
Oh, life fucking moves, man. I mean, you've probably heard what, like, I've been into and all that. I've just been so up and down lately, but finally, I'm on the up, man. I've been so freaking happy lately. My stream's taking off. Like, things have been so good for me lately, and I've just been happy, dude. I haven't wanted to go to sleep because all I want to do is wake up and get on stream and just do my thing. I've been grinding 14-hour streams 3 times this week.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I'm addicted.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey, Gangrene, thanks for stopping by. Check out VOD later. But yeah, so 1 second, let me ask, guys, how's the volume? Can you guys hear him all right? Nothing. You get some coffee? I want some coffee.
Oh, I just got Dunkin', but I didn't get coffee.
So yeah, what have you been up to, man? It's been a minute.
I had ankle surgery in February. Right after I got my surgery, school shut down, work shut down, and I was like, damn, I don't want to stay in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to Florida for 3 months. I spent time with my mom and my dog down there. I did my physical therapy down there. And I left Connecticut right when like the COVID cases were kind of spiking here. And then I ended up leaving Florida when it started to restart down there. So like the timing just
blessed,
very
dude.
oddly worked perfectly.
I know.
But I'm back to work now full time. Just really just trying to focus and just kind of trying to get my head straight and just kind of keep all the BS out of my life.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, I probably couldn't put it into any better words. And I love that you brought up just like the timing of like the whole country shutting down, man. I think a lot of people are really being affected by that mentally. I mean, I didn't even think about it until I heard a streamer say it. He was talking about everything being ripped away from him all at once. Just like the gym, his job, school, everything. Just you're living life, and all of a sudden you're not living the same life anymore. And I don't think. Yeah, I think with a lot of things that were also going on in my life. I mean, I don't want to get into specifics about like people we know. I don't want to like say anybody's name or anything. But like,
no, that's fine. Yeah,
you probably heard like I just like I had like shit going on in my life. And shit happened. So like all of that just hit all at once, and I just like did not want to get out of bed some days. Like literally did nothing but sit on my phone and just wait for time to pass. And it's just like, holy shit, this sucks. Like, what are you supposed to do when you can't go to the gym and you go to the gym every day?
Like everything hitting at once and like life kind of just feeling it was like completely crumbling and falling apart was when my grandparents passed. Like because both of them passing, like it was both of them died within 5 months.
Exactly, I remember.
I bought my house less than a year later. I was moving from place to place. Like my relationship fell apart, and like, and you know what I mean. I'm still here. Like I'm still who I am, and to be honest, I'm better than I was. You know.
Fuck yeah, man.
Mentally, emotionally, really focusing, and not just work now, but like really focusing on like physical stuff. Just like even I'm working full days at work, and I'm still coming home and busting my ass, working outside in the yard and going for runs and stuff. But yeah, man, it sucks that it took my grandparents' death and everything that happened to me to make me like this. But nothing's gonna stop me now, man, because nothing possibly worse can happen to me. So it's like life can throw anything it wants to me at this point, and it's nothing. Everything's already been taken away from me. I have nothing really left to give except kind of myself. So I'm full speed ahead.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's awesome to hear. I'm so happy to hear the positivity, and I think like your case really proves the case that I'm in. I mean, my situation's different, but I more dealt with, I mean, I wasn't dealing with death. And of course, like, that's one of the worst things you're ever going to deal with in life. And personally, I hate to say it, but I'm so lucky to have never experienced death of a family member. And like,
Dude, I was that person for 21, 22 years.
Yeah.
I mean, albeit I've always had a small family. So,
same.
You know what I mean? There wasn't exactly a lot of people in my family to pass away. But yeah, it was a really unfortunate circumstance. But it is what it is. And in life, man, if it's anything but death, you can change it. You can do something about it.
And even so, there's so much to learn from that. And when you're able to accept it too, I think like that is how you grow as a person. And of course, I'm from the outside. Like I've known people who have passed away, but never a family member. And like I know it's gonna destroy me when it happens. And that's a really good point. I mean, personally, I was dealing with just like relationship issues. I mean, it goes back to December. Like I went out of one relationship pretty much into one relationship, just like not really even thinking about the consequences of my actions at the time and how it just kind of left me with no friends in the end. And like I think I needed that to really just look at like, all right, like how can you go up from here? Because like you think you keep thinking you're hitting rock bottom, and then it could get worse. And I think that is the message I need to see is if you think like what you're dealing with is tough, like it could totally be worse. And like it's not easy to lose friends. I'm not saying that at all. Like it is very tough to deal with that, especially when it's just part of your routine.
Sometimes it is for the better. Whether it's you guys you just don't click and you're just not meant to be friends, or like me, like when I separated from you and everybody else, I needed that time for myself to better myself, because that was around that time when I was still coping with my grandparents' loss and my romantic relationship falling apart and me moving from place to place. It affected my friendships with you and everyone else, and I needed that time away. Like I don't think I talked to you guys for probably about a year plus, and I'm a completely different person now than what I was back then. And I know I am for a fact, and that's not up for debate. So when people try and challenge that and like kind of twist the narrative a little bit, it pisses me off because I know who I am and I know the shit that I've been through and stuff like that. So it's hard, like being a better person and going on that journey to better yourself. It's not easy. It's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
It takes time. I mean, that's the best way I could put it, man. It's self-exploratory.
Yeah, it's nothing is ever. It's never easy. Yeah, it's very difficult, but
I mean,
you just gotta keep moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna like compare you and I.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, there you go. It's a challenge. Yeah, you gotta fight that. I mean, I'm gonna compare you and I a little bit. We could both have a temper sometimes, for sure, and like I feel like when you're dealing with things like that, it's so much harder to control your temper. And I feel like
absolutely.
Probably between, so I mean, this even goes back to September. I was dealing with shit at work. I hated my job. I was so mad. I was ready to sue my freaking job. And like I was getting in a fight with my boss. Like I was so angry with my boss because I felt like I was being like discriminated against for how I was assigned to this one position. I won't talk too much about it, but I had to go through this whole process to get reassigned at my job, and it put a target on my back. And I started grad school at the same time, and I was just like so much stress piling on, and like I had like a borderline drinking problem almost. Like I was getting drunk every night, and I was like messing around with this one girl, and like we weren't really like saying we were together or anything, so there was a lot of unspoken, but we would just get drunk, and then just like it was just based off us getting drunk pretty much, and that was the relationship. It lasted like a week. I got so blackout drunk that I don't remember what I did, and I woke up the next morning and she took a $200 Uber back from Boston where we were because I was such an asshole. And like that's where I thought I hit rock bottom. And I go from that and I try to like patch up this one relationship with another one, thinking like I could block the pain of it or mask the pain of it by jumping into another. And it just wasn't better. And I think like the anger was just building up even more, even though I thought like I was growing from it. Like I was making myself worse by not facing that head on. But Yeah, man, it's just like it's so tough when like you're not always in control of your emotions when you're dealing with shit.
Yeah, and yeah, I've always been definitely an argumentative person,
Mm-hmm.
and I still am, um, in a good way. Um,
Yeah, no, we need to stand up for ourselves, of course. And
Hold on
it's
one
like,
second. No.
what's up? Is that soda bottle?
Okay, it's mine. I'm on the phone. Can you give me 5 minutes? I'm doing something, please.
Yo, what up, Steve? Yo, Steve's in my chat, actually. Steve, we're talking with Pitt. You hear me, Pitt?
Yeah.
Alright, guys. What's up, Steve?
All right. Sorry.
Yeah. Steve just joined. Scuba Steve, dude.
What up, Scuba Steve?
Freaking one of my first subs, dude. He hopped in. It was nice to see him. And we've been having similar conversations, actually, just mental health and stuff. And just, I would love to get his take on it. Steve, if you ever want to come on here, I'd love to talk about these things all the time. I want to do more with my platform, dude. I'm taking off right now, and I'm growing. I'm making business deals. I feel insane. Right? Steve says dying of COVID. I feel like it's going to my head a little bit. It hasn't hit yet, but I think this is gonna get pretty big. And I'd love to do this more often if you have any more topics. But yeah, dude. I mean, the thing that really helped me the most in what I was dealing with was to realize, like I said, it could get worse. Like I was watching the streamer, favorite streamer at the time, and you would love him, dude. You would love his energy. I'll show you him sometime. His name is Heel Mike, and his dad passed away the same day that COVID hit, like the shutdown, pretty much. Not COVID hit, but you know what I mean. Like it was March 13th, I believe. Like that's when the whole country shut down, and his dad passed away. So just like I said, like everything getting taken away from you, like it took me a while to realize, like shit, he's dealing so much worse than what I am, and like also like I loved watching his stream, and he just took an absence. He just disappeared. So like he had an effect on a huge following, and like to learn from his mental health and just be able to accept like life is good, man. You have to recognize that your life is good and it could be so much worse. I mean, that's the message I want everyone who's watching right now to take away from it.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
But yeah, I mean, anything else you want to add to this? And I'm sorry, dude. I actually have one of his fans in my chat too. This guy got me so hyped the other day when he joined, when my stream really blew up, and I thought it was him. I thought it was my fucking number one. I thought my idol hopped in my stream, and I like geeked out. Just like to have a fan, have someone be a fan of me and be a fan of my idol. It means a lot to me. It was crazy. So. Like,
were you saying like anything that I wanted to add?
Yeah, I mean, like just on the topic of mental health. I mean, what else do you want to add? Anything else just about life? Like, what can we take away from this?
I'm gonna touch on COVID really quick, and then I'll
go ahead.
down to mental health real quick. So my mom actually tested positive for it, like probably a week or two ago. And once I found that out, like, and my mom gave, like, I had that phone call with her, like, that freaked me out, like, that, like, made me really nervous, because, like, she's pretty much the only, like, only person that I really have left in my life. I don't really have many people left. And especially since she's in Florida and I'm in Connecticut, like, that's, you know, it's very scary. But she got tested, like, I don't even know if it was back-to-back days or if it was, like, one day and then, like, 4 days later. But she got her second results back, and now she tested negative. So I don't know if it's like a false positive or if she got over it that quickly, because it varies extremely differently between cases and between people.
Absolutely.
But so she had a cough at one point. She thought it was allergies, but I told her, look, just because you tested negative now, like, don't take it lightly. Like, still be safe and be smart and stuff. So she's been sanitizing the house and her car and just cleaning everything and bleaching everything and doing what she can. And for those of you who listening and who don't know, she's a nurse, and she hasn't stopped working once
Mm-hmm.
until she got COVID through this
Yeah.
entire.
Shout out to the nurses, man. My brother's a nurse too. He's dealing with the same stuff right now. I mean, I totally understand that, man. But yeah, go ahead.
Crazy, man, because she didn't get a stimulus check either.
Wow.
And people
Okay.
are gonna be like, oh, she's a nurse and she's got plenty of money. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well,
It has to do with your tax returns and stuff.
yeah, dude, and she actually owes a lot of money on her tax returns because she did exempt because she put me through school by herself. Like, she pays for everything that she needs for her phone and my phone. Luckily, I got my car, and that's kind of out of her hands, except for insurance, but I do everything else. So that's one less thing that she has to worry about. But yeah, man, my mom does literally so much, works so much, and I didn't even give her a stimulus check. Like, that, it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't get one either. Like, it's wild. But
I actually have someone in my chat saying his mom tested positive for COVID too. Hey, Jelani, welcome to the stream, man. How you been?
Yeah, it definitely varies, and it's not something to take lightly. But I mean, it could be gone in a couple days, or it could take a couple months, man. It's a serious matter. So for all the people who might think it's a hoax or think it's a bunch of crap or the news is trying to scare you,
it's not.
They're not.
It's not.
And if you don't want to take my word for it, I have a degree in public health from
Mm-hmm.
State University.
Mm-hmm.
One of my professors went to China before it became a pandemic because he was working there with the virus, like directly with the virus. He was on the news for one of the Connecticut news stations. He was on the news. I saw him on TV while I was at work.
I've seen that. I saw that on your story one time. I have thought about you a lot actually during this because of the public health, man.
Dr.
I'm happy to have your opinion. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Shout out to our school. Shout out. I mean, I guess I'll leak where I go to school, guys. I go to school at Southern Connecticut State University in New Haven, Connecticut.
Where I just graduated.
Yep, he just graduated. Oh yeah, dude, it's a great school, honestly. Close to home.
Yeah, close to home. Definitely what you make it. I am going to say one thing really quick though.
Mm-hmm.
I think that schools charging full tuition for what's going on right now.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. So
I'm with you.
If you're in college right now, I would hold off on going. Go to a community college,
Mm-hmm.
or do something else. Do not pay the university pricing for tuition right now.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It's not fair.
Not at all.
And a lot of this stuff is about money between sports and businesses and all this stuff.
Fucking sports, man.
It's all about money. It's all about money.
I mean, you and I are huge fans of sports, but I think we could both agree that they need to be careful. And what's interesting today is the Toronto Blue Jays just said that they're not going to let the Blue Jays play in Toronto. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
I kind of agree with that, to be honest.
It's a personal attack towards. Thank you, mods. Yeah, guys. If you're gonna come in here and say nobody cares, you're not in the right stream, dude. This is. You could be toxic any other time that you want to be toxic, but not right now. Yeah, so I appreciate that, idiot.
Between the pandemic and the racism going on in this country, this is not the time to say nobody cares.
Exactly.
That's exactly why everything is.
Xbox got 2 million. Get the hell out of here. Fucking what an idiot. But yeah, I mean, I think that our country just
people are free to their own opinions.
No, I'm not going to get political. I'm saying people need to respect each other.
You're going to be called out for being an asshole.
Yes, exactly. I try not to get political on here because just nobody's political views. Even if you're a Democrat, you don't agree with all Democrats. Even if you're a Republican, you don't agree with all Republicans. I'm registered independent.
If you want, we can do a political one day or not.
I would love to do some kind of maybe come election time or when we're getting down in the wire. Yeah. We'll see where we are, dude. I would definitely have you back on here.
Whatever.
We'll definitely have you back on here for that. But I mean, yeah. But what you're saying about schools, I'm so not engaged right now. It does not feel the same. I don't want to take my classes. I'd rather sit here and stream and get paid for kids watching Subway ads than read books, dude. Seriously, it sucks. And you sit there for 2.5 hours staring at each other. I made a group chat with the 2 funniest people in my chat, and I had to turn my camera off because I started cracking up at one point. absolute dying, and like, you know when you think something's so funny and then you stop laughing and then like 5 seconds later you think of it again, you're just fucking geeking. Like, it was that for 2.5 hours pretty much, and I was so happy I did it, but I was like, what the hell did I just do? Like, I didn't see this coming at all. But, and I think, like, just, dude, laughter, positivity, I know it sounds so simple, like, oh, laughter's the cure to, like, being sad, being depressed. Like, I will say, dude, openly say, I think I was depressed. Like, for maybe a month or two period of time, I think I was depressed. I just didn't want to do things I used to enjoy doing, and that is an actual symptom of depression, is just not having interest in your passions anymore. But being able to laugh at yourself, man, and laugh when life gets down, like, if you do something stupid and you laugh at it, I think that is just the first step into getting over it.
Yeah, laughter definitely keeps your mind off of negative things. Excuse me. You just said something that I really wanted to make a point about, but I forgot what I wanted to say.
Group chat with my friends and laughing.
I've definitely been depressed before in the past. Everyone's been depressed in the past, and if they're saying that they haven't, they're lying.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's been depressed in the past, but luckily for me, when I am depressed or I get depressed, I don't have that, I kind of want to sit inside and do nothing type of mentality. For me, it's more of, I actually kind of want to do more with people, and keep my mind off of things. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Unfortunately, though, sometimes, like, I get what you're saying, but sometimes you don't have everyone on board with you, and just because you want to do something, it's so hard to, like, get people involved. I remember, like, one time you had a Snapchat story, and we were kind of making fun of you for it, but it was like, okay, it's currently 75 degrees outside. You guys are all sitting inside fucking playing Xbox. What are you doing with your life? Like that's how I feel sometimes when you're trying to get, like, a big group of people together.
I low-key sort of, I mean, I guess I still technically feel that way, but, like, I don't know, my friends don't really do that much anymore, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
and you know what?
You gotta kind of...
Yeah. Go ahead. No, you finish up. You finish that up. Yeah, I'll hold on to that.
I was gonna say, like, you gotta expand your friend group and just meet new people, and so you don't really gotta worry about that, because that's really, like, that kind of, like, high school, school type of thing.
Exactly.
And, like, I'm way too old to be dealing with stuff like that, so but yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I think, like, I will say, I'm happy that I'm not a part of that anymore, and, like, I'm happy to be just doing other things. Like, maybe I don't do as much. Like, I lost a huge part of my life in a friend group from high school and stuff, and I really don't see myself going back to that. There's not much I could see myself doing just by association of people that I don't want to, like, be treated negatively by. But I think, like, part of it is getting away from home, and I think that's when things in my life really started to change. When I went away to college, I think that I got out of that, like, high school friend group kind of personality and really became myself. And, like, if people want to say I changed, well, I don't think I ever gave myself a chance to be myself. Like, I think that's
and
maybe not change.
Never apologize, and you shouldn't have to apologize. Shouldn't have to apologize for changing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because most of the time when people change, it's for the better, or it's because of something that they did, and they kind of caused you to change and to do that. But maybe I came off in a different way, or I made it seem like this. But that friend group isn't still like that. It's not that we're inside 24/7.
No,
I
yeah.
might have made it seem like that, but no, it's not like that. I just meant that, like, it's more beneficial to have a friend group that wants to do more things outside and do different things and new things. I think that's just more beneficial. Like, I feel like that's common sense.
Absolutely true, man. And that's I think I might have, like, maybe misspoke a little bit. Like, what I'm saying more is, like, like you were touching on that high school kind of friendship was, like, I think I was kind of going beyond that. Like, just when who you're friends with in high school is not, like, it doesn't define who you are. I mean, I work in a high school right now. It sucks. It's sad to see. I mean, I love it. I love relating to the kids, but I love it because I feel like I'm able to just help them out with, like, I mean, how shitty was it to be in high school? I was such a loser in high school. I had no friends in high school. I have no friends now,
I
but
connected with. I was the kid that like could be friends with anybody.
Mhm.
Like I didn't really fit in like a clique or a group. I wasn't with the preppy kids. I wasn't with like the goth kids or like the losers or stuff like that. Like I had friends that was in every single one of those groups, but I also played sports, but like I also played Xbox and like hung out with like kids
Yeah.
that didn't. So and I've always been that way. Like I'm not a set in stone like type of person. Like I'm always 100% willing to give somebody a chance for me to be friends with them, for me to have a conversation with them. Like it doesn't matter, dude. Like I can't even think about how many times I've had conversations with people that I don't know, whether it was somebody at a bar or a homeless guy that was on a train, or
Oh
somebody's
yeah.
parents or something. It doesn't matter. I give everybody a chance, but with all the things that I've gone through in my life, and I know how I treat people and how I look at people and how like strongly I consider my friends because I never had a big family, so I consider my friends family, and I'm always very outgoing and open hearted and open minded to people, kind of regardless of who they are. Um, so yeah, I hold myself to kind of a high standard, and that's the problem is I expect that I expect the reciprocation of that back
Mhm.
to me, and when I don't get it back, that's when the anger comes out and the argumentative
Definitely.
comes out, and people, and then it sucks because then I get the backlash for reacting that way, but then the reason why I'm feeling that way is never addressed, and then I'm always made out to be the bad guy, but in the beginning it's like, well, if you had treated me how I treat you, this never would have happened. But you can't have that conversation with people because they can't accept it. So
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I couldn't have said it any better, man. I
it's
had
funny
that
how
conversation with my mom back in February, and like literally, like my mom said, she thinks I have some really good friends, and she thinks I have some friends that like maybe can reciprocate better for me. And then
yeah.
I talked to a psychic. I went to a psychic the same day. She told me like the same exact thing, and like the way that I think my life played out from then, like it was crazy, man. Like
It's funny that you say that because my second to last semester of my undergrad, I took a dying in I think it's called death, dying, and bereavement.
okay, yeah, yeah, I've seen classes like that.
If you can somehow take that course as an elective, man, take that course.
Hmm.
I think it's Frank Lador. I believe he's the professor, man. That class was awesome, and we basically did almost like a field trip. He paid for like a bunch of students to go, and we went to a medium, and we like rented out like this small restaurant. The medium came in, and like I don't know if it was real or fake or whatever, but I was there. I saw and heard and listened to the conversations that she had with people there about their dead relatives or their dead children, dead family members. Uh, and of course, I'm in there, and I have like this weird mentality like that I just can't get rid of, that I feel like I'm like built for something bigger and I don't know what it is. And literally, dude, when I walked into this place, this woman would not stop staring at me, and
Hmm.
not in a sexual way, a romantic way. It was just
Like no,
because, like,
people can feel energy, man.
yeah, yeah,
I feel
and
like
if
that
this stuff is,
sometimes.
yeah, if this stuff really is real, man, like she knew right off the bat, and so when she looked at me that way, and we had like a very short conversation right before the thing started, I knew it. I knew I was going to get picked for one of the conversations. I just knew it. And take a wild guess who she ended the whole thing with. Me. She knew like my job, what happened to my grandparents, and how old they were, and how tragic it was, and
Damn, dude.
like, yeah, sure, anybody can maybe guess that stuff and kind of
You know,
pick me in there or whatever, man.
that's
But
what people like are such doubters of psychics are, because like they do say like obvious things, but from your perspective, like they hit that on the
yeah, and
head.
it doesn't. To be honest, it doesn't matter if it's fake or not,
Hmm.
because you still feel that emotion, and it's helping you have that conversation, not only with the medium, but the other 30 people or 40 people that were in that room with me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a release of all that just anger and sadness that, and it really helped a lot. And after everything was done, me and the professor and a couple other students went down to the bar downstairs, had a few drinks, had some conversations. It was a great time and it was a great night, and I'm really happy that I went. I really enjoyed myself. So if you can take that course as an elective, or if you know other people that are just going to Southern or something sometime soon, definitely recommend that course. Frank Lador, I believe it was Death, Dying, and Bereavement.
I will check it out.
Was one of my favorites.
You're at home, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I should have just had you come over, bro.
I got back to Connecticut in the middle of June, and then went back to work like a week later.
Guys, Pit Mike Chat is sending you some love right now.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, you should actually
not doing this for the attention, not doing this for the love.
Not at all, guys.
Yeah. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. You should stop by actually. So my grandfather's brother, he wrote a book called Pathological Grief and Dealing with Maladaptation, and I haven't even read it myself, but I don't know if you read really, but I would love to give you the copy of this, man. If you want to
it's very
stop by,
hard
dude.
for me to
No, I get it.
Get into a book.
Mm-hmm.
But
what if I read it and I'll send you a couple things from it instead? How about that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk. I mean, I would love to do this another time.
I can physically do it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean too. I was an English major. I said it yesterday. I don't love reading, but if I find something I'm interested in, I will finish that book quick.
It depends what it is, but reading in like actual book, it's not for me. I would much rather read on the internet and social media and the news.
Stay
like
informed.
I don't know.
I think you're better off to a degree. I think you could lose your mind watching the news every single day, man. It could definitely frustrate you.
Oh, 100%. But again, I don't.
There's being too woke.
I don't even have a cable box in my room, so I don't even have to worry about like local TV stuff. You know what I mean? So I just use my phone for kind of stuff that's going on in the country, in the state, in the world. And I don't got to worry about kind of all the nonsense. So,
yeah, I mean, I've had a great conversation, man. I'm happy that you responded. I'm loving to see your shit. I've been trying to start my morning by posting mental health before I post anything about my stream, because that's what it's about. I'm using my platform to advertise what I can, but I want to use my shit to do good, man. And I think before the fame, whatever you want to call this, the clout, whatever I'm doing, building my brand, it's about mental health. It's always about that. As a mental health professional working in mental health, it means the world to me. So
yeah, see, and that's the thing that I kind of mentioned to you a little bit on Instagram. If you don't mind me kind of expanding on this a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
So the topic of mental health, I remember growing up in the 90s, early 2000s, and it was never called that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just feel like it's very
it's a buzzword. I think it took over the last decade or so to really just be in everyone's mouth.
It feels like over the last maybe less than 5 years that all of a sudden now it has a name for it, and now it's
it affects everyone. I mean, I would love to get Zach Howell on here too, honestly. I wish I thought about that because he is very outspoken. I think we could do another episode where he kind of leads the charge and we could hear what he says too.
Yeah, him and I have sort of had conversations about mental health and stuff, but probably on a more personal level. But I'm always willing. I love giving people advice. I've been through a lot and I like to help people. It's that simple. But just really quick, what I was trying to say is that it just feels like when we give something a name, it just kind of makes it feel I don't know if it makes it feel more important and that we should pay attention to it more, or if it makes it feel more obscure and that it's a taboo topic. You know what I mean? The topic, you know what I mean? The topic of mental health.
Yeah. It's you're depressed. I don't want to I don't. It's no. Ask me about it. Ask me if I'm upset. Check in with your friends and shit.
That topic or that conversation shouldn't be a taboo topic. Everybody goes through things. Everybody has a brain and a conscience and a mentality and views and opinions and thoughts about everything. Like, that is completely normal. And I don't really exactly know what I'm trying to argue here, but I'm just saying it shouldn't be a taboo topic. Like, talking about mental health, physical health, anything. It should be completely normal, and it should never be judged in any other way. It shouldn't really be judged at all. And
I feel like part of
what I'm trying to say.
Part of the problem too is, like, you know, what's one of the first things we say to people when we see them? Hey man, how's it going? Like, what do you always say in response to that? Like, have we just been conditioned to say I'm doing okay? Like, when we're not doing okay, like, shit, how many times did I say I'm okay over the past couple months when, like, I really wanted to say, well, fuck, I'm not doing okay. I'm drowning over here.
See? And, oh, this is so weird that you say that. So, when our friend group and everything in my life was falling apart, that right, what you just said, that's what changed it for me. That right there. So
like, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Yeah. So I was at a charity event at a church doing a trunk or treat for kids in Norwalk. And this guy Brian, who runs the young adults program at the church, the Word Alive Church in Norwalk, I had, like, met him before a couple times. I didn't really know him, but, like, we seemed to sort of connect even though we didn't know each other. And he asked me that night, he was like, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm not doing that good. I'm really not. And he was like, why? And I was going to be like, look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's a bunch of stuff going on in my life. I think maybe we can kind of meet somewhere and talk about that at a different time. And he was like, okay, come to church tomorrow. After church, let's go out for breakfast and let's talk.
Damn,
I went to church the next morning, or that coming weekend, whenever it was. I went to the diner with him. Me and him were at that diner for about probably 2 to 3 hours. I don't think that I had ever in my life sat down and had a one-on-one conversation with another man and made them cry right in front of me.
That's awesome. I mean, I remember when you kind of said you were going to church, and when I heard that, it was just so blown out of proportion. Like, it's just, I did not expect that. Out of all people I know, I would have not expected you to say, I'm going to church now. And I remember, I didn't get it. And I just think I never really asked. I never asked you why you're doing that. And just...
Yeah, and I feel like people are like, why the hell would you be doing that? Or like, what, all of a sudden you're religious now? Or it's like the same thing with me speaking out about the George Floyd murder and about Black Lives Matter. Oh, what, because I was silent in the past or something, that now I don't have a right to speak out? Like, to be honest, I got more criticism for speaking out and supporting Black Lives Matter and the change that we need in this country than the praise of me actually speaking out. I was criticized more than actually praised.
Yeah.
Like, it just blows my mind, man. I retweeted something yesterday or the day before, and it was like, actually, I really want to read it word for word. Let me find it really quickly. Take 2 seconds. It was, oh, and of course, you sign into Twitter and they say confirm your identity. Like, I haven't signed into this app like 20 times a day.
Oh my god, yeah.
I really don't understand. Okay, it was, let's see. So many people from your past know a version of you that no longer exists.
Fucking facts, man.
And dude, that is literally like my life in a nutshell.
I agree.
I used to be an asshole. I used to do and say certain things that I wish I hadn't done, but I can promise you, and I can say with confidence, I am no longer that person today. And if people can't believe that, look, I'm not looking for your validation. I'm not going to explain myself to you. If you can't see that I've changed and that I've bettered myself, then I'm sorry, but you're losing a good person. And
hell yeah, dude.
I'm sorry. Like,
hell yeah.
You know?
That is my like what is it? Mantra? Like, that's like what?
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That is my mentality right now. That's what I'm chasing after. Is like, I said this yesterday on stream. Like, I was such a bad kid in general. Just kid in school. I was in trouble in middle school every single day. Like, my parents would cry. I had to pick me up from school. And the fact that, like, that's the field I'm in right now, that I'm, like, able to help kids with behavior issues is, like, shit happens, man.
Isn't it weird how things come full circle?
Things come full circle for sure, man. You know what's crazy? All right, Jewel Trooper, say psych right now. Say psych right now. You have 3 seconds or you're banned. All right, thank you, mods. So you know how I blew up on Twitch lately.
Well, yeah, you said you mentioned that you've been doing this lately, and it's been going really well. Yeah.
I blew up though because I killed this guy who in Fortnite he streams, he does random games with people, and he talks about Jesus and he talks about the Bible, but he's a little forceful with his opinion. He basically told this like 8-year-old Muslim kid he's going to hell if he died today because he doesn't believe in Christ. And like just connecting it to like the religion aspect that you're talking about is like, well, shit, man. That's why like I was so surprised at the religion because it gets such a bad rap, and it becomes like such a theme on my channel. Religion. We start talking about this all the time. But I went to Catholic school. You went to Catholic school for a little bit. You know a little bit about that.
1 year. Yep.
Yeah, and like the ability to like talk about it and like not say this is truth or not say this is fake is like it's fun, man. I'm having a good time with that, and I think it's ironic that like shit, man.
But
like, shit happens for a reason. Everything that happens in your life and what you know. Have you ever seen Slumdog Millionaire?
Parts of it, but no.
Great movie. So the gist is he wins Who Wants to Be a Millionaire because everything that's ever happened in his life was like life experiences. Those were the questions. It was like who's on the American $100 bill. It's based in India, so like obviously that's not common knowledge, but.
Yep.
Like Benjamin Franklin, like he knew Benjamin Franklin because the first time he ever saw a $100 bill, someone explained it to him. So like that's I think about that movie a lot. Is everything you're doing, everything you're learning is going to pay off one day in your life.
Yeah, and it might not be something that you may think is significant, but it might be significant, and it could be significant, but also minimal. So I mean, it could be a really simple situation, or it could be something where you save somebody's life. Like, it can really be anything. I'm going to assume really quickly that you also assume that I believe in God because I did start going to church.
No, that's not what I was believing at all. I think I've talked to you about this before.
You probably have. Look,
but go ahead.
Baptized as a Catholic. I don't know how I really feel about religion. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not. I have no idea. But I started going to church because I needed to put myself around better people. And the morals and life lessons and stuff kind of that they teach you or talk to you about in church relate to everybody, regardless whether you believe in religion or not.
Do I not say this all the time, chat? I try to be so, like, see both sides of this. I tell these guys, I say, there's such great stories in the Bible. And can I define you for a second? Like, I think the word agnostic, it would be best for you, man. The word agnostic, it means not knowing.
That's what I considered myself.
Yeah.
I guess I still consider myself that. But.
Yeah, and I think that is such a good, like, to acknowledge that is even, like, a belief. I think, like, it says a lot about the world. Is like, what do you know? You don't know anything. You don't know whether or not, you don't know what's going to happen after the last breath you take.
Yeah, nobody does.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like it's really weird, though, that if you do start going to church, especially if you go to a new church where they don't really know you that well, and say you build some connections and stuff, like I did. But then, obviously, their end goal is to turn you into a, quote, believer. And if you don't kind of turn into that, and then you necessarily don't go to church every Sunday, I think, like, the motive or message kind of starts to change a little bit, and that's sort of what I experienced because I don't really consider myself a believer.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of stopped going to church kind of a while back just for kind of like personal reasons, just because of like who was there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I actually remember one detail about why you were kind of going to church, so I don't want to touch on that if you don't want to talk about that either.
Just plain and simply, my ex's basically own my ex
exactly, that's what I remember.
Church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so her father is the head pastor and her mom is the first lady, which is awesome. The church is great. There really is a lot of good people there. But like when they kind of start to realize that you might not be a believer, it's the friendship or the energy when you're kind of around them, at least from my perspective, seems to change a little bit, seems to get a little bit weird, as if they kind of are like, all right, look, we've had you here for this amount of time, like, we really like you and stuff, but, like, are you going to be a freaking believer or not? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it felt a little weird. But again, that's
He claps.
I don't know. I could be completely wrong,
Hey, Hugh,
but
welcome
that's
back.
just the way I kind of, the way I took it.
Yeah, I mean that's so ironic because that becomes the focus of my chat a lot. So that I killed the most hated person on Twitch, dude. I killed the most hated person in Fortnite conversation, and people come in here and they like I didn't really know much about him. I never watched this guy's stream that much. I just knew who his name was, so his name popped up and I reacted. And my phone number is my name in Fortnite, by the way. So kids kill me and they call. So a kid watching his stream called me, and he gave me the clip. Basically, people come in here and they say that this guy forces his opinion on people like that. They say absolutely forceful, and I didn't know much about it. I tried to like entertain the conversation, both sides. Like I don't know, I don't really watch him, but the more clips I saw of this guy, the more I started to get to know him. I was just like, dude, they're so right. Like, what is wrong with this guy? And I think it's just like you can have the right message. And I can't remember, I don't know if I said this right before it started, before you called, or before or when it happened, but I got in trouble at work for like blowing up on a coworker because a student was in risk of hurting themselves and no one was paying attention. People were on their phones and stuff, but I was like, seriously, no one's going to do anything about that.
Yeah.
Like I came back from taking a break and walked in to see that. So I got in trouble for that because it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. And like I see like how like my emotions really affected that it really affected my response in the situation. Of course, I'm looking for the best interest of another human being, but like it's just like the whole bad attitude thing, and there's so many better ways to like go about things. And that's what I'm saying. It's like this guy might have a good message that he's trying to spread the word of Jesus to kids on Fortnite, but you shouldn't be forceful in your opinion.
Yeah,
and honestly,
and
he reminds me of those guys on
a lot.
like college campuses that are like just preaching the word standing on a box.
Yeah. Yeah, when you start to be forceful and you try and force your opinions or views on something, you're probably not going to get your message across in a beneficial way. And that's kind of why, I don't know if you've ever watched Steven Crowder on YouTube. He's the one that like goes to college campuses and says like, white privilege isn't real or something like that. Changed my mind. And I'm not saying I agree with him on that specific topic, but his method of conversating or creating conversation, I think is very beneficial because he literally just sits there at a table with the sign hanging in front of the table.
Oh yeah.
And every single person is more than welcome to go up to him and have a conversation with him.
He's like Ben Shapiro almost.
Yeah. And I just think I don't know. I just think it's a beneficial way of conversating and stuff. And he always has like the information and everything like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a cool, kind of influential and beneficial way to have conversation.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do on my stream, man. I'm trying to talk about things by seeing both sides to it. Like, I say this so much. I feel like I say a lot of the same thing, but like if you're not if you're not looking at both sides of things, you're not using your whole brain. Like you got to think for yourself, and like don't just be set in stone on one answer. There's so many more ways. Like research, I'm taking a class on research, and it's like you can't just do a study once and then say, okay, here are the results. And every time you do the study, you're gonna get the same results. Like you need so many more examples to really come to a conclusion on things, and that's why you have to be open to both sides. It goes back to like the whole religion thing.
Scientifically proven, that 1 and 1 is gonna make 2.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, like I'm not saying like you can't throw out the fact that we need oxygen to breathe because like those are common sense kind of things. But like, just like for example, say like this drug has proven to cure this problem in children. It's like, well, why are we giving children this drug? We don't test these drugs on children. We test drugs on adults and we give them to children.
Yeah, and we test them on animals.
Yeah, that too. Rats.
But no, I think it's really good that you're doing this, and it's awesome because, like I said, everybody deals with this one way or another. But unfortunately, I think that you're on a streaming service right now, right?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch right now.
Okay, yeah. So you're doing like this mental health conversation, this topic on Twitch, and that's awesome. But I think it's unfortunate because I think a lot of people look at streaming services like Twitch and Mixer, if that's even still around.
Yeah, I think there's like 2 more days left of Mixer, guys. Go make sure you take your payment info off of that shit. Move over to Twitch.
And I think people look at these as if like they're only streaming services for like video game platforms. So they don't think of these conversations actually being here. You know what I mean?
That is such an awesome point you made. I need to like highlight that. Someone clip that, guys. Clip that right now, because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna edit this whole conversation, man, and I'm gonna post this on YouTube, kind of like a shortened version. Maybe the whole thing, actually. Maybe the whole hour.
Yeah, whatever
I mean, dude, I don't know if you realize we've been on the phone talking for 50 minutes now, and we've been killing it. We have been absolutely killing every conversation we've been talking about, and I'm having such a great time talking to you, man.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I feel like we're kind of getting to the end of it. If there's anything else we want to like kind of wrap up with, like I said, it's been an hour. I want to get this out there, so I can't have much more of that. But I definitely want to do this again. I want to invite Howell on, so we should get him in a group chat or something. Thanks, Cody. I appreciate it. But yeah, we should talk about this. Jewel Trooper, thank you. You love my stream.
I would DM him privately.
Yes,
and
of course.
See what he says, and then kind of just come back to me and just see what he wants to do. But yeah, if you want to do any topics or anything, whatever, in the future, just let me know. But yeah, if you have any more questions, or if your viewers...
Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn to chat. That's a great way. I forgot I was gonna do that. It's a great way to sign off, guys. Does anyone want to ask anything? You want to learn any more? Comment on what we've been saying. I know a lot of them said they want me to watch a video about sorry, what was the guy's name? Something. We should watch a Brian Cox video. I will watch that once we hang up. Actually, I want to keep the attention on our conversation, but. Anyone else want to add anything? Tell him you both inspire me. Well, that's awesome to hear, man. I've been hearing comments like that all week, dude. It's making me it makes me so happy, and these guys have been supporting me so much, and I'm happy to have you a part of this, man.
Yeah. So like, I'm not trying to build my clout.
No, dude. I have your Instagram name above your thing on the stream right now. I'm shouting you out.
I was just gonna say so.
I linked it in chat.
Social media is at Mike Pitt 22. So if any of you want to follow me, so you can.
I got my mods typing it in chat right now.
If you guys want to have a conversation with me, ask me any questions or whatever, I answer my phone pretty quickly because, again, I hate when I reach out to somebody and it takes 4 days to answer. I don't like that, so I know how that feels. So when people text me or ask me stuff, I like to be, respectful and respond to them fairly quickly. So if you guys have any questions, or want to ask me anything, whatever, feel free. Don't feel uncomfortable or like you're crossing the line or anything. This is your invitation. Not that you need one, but I'm always willing to help out people and answer any questions.
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting any questions coming right now. If you guys have any questions, though, type it in chat. Otherwise, he's inviting you guys to hit him up. Hit up his DMs. Like, they're open, ladies.
Yeah, slide in those DMs, everybody.
I do appreciate it, man. And don't even feel like you're clout chasing or anything. I invited you on here, man.
Yeah,
and you're invited back anytime if you have a new topic. If you just ask me about it, give me a little bit to prepare for it. I know I didn't give you much time to prepare for this today, but just in case I have something going on.
Diamonds are made under pressure, man.
Heck yeah, man. All right, dude. Really quickly, guys, just give you a couple more seconds. Have an amazing stream. Thanks, dude. I'll see you later, dude. Enjoy. One of my guys just went from England to Iceland today. He's living it up right now. He's going to the jacuzzi. Wow. So, yeah, he's chilling. But he was actually one of the first people I did like this podcast style thing on. He's like this 14-year-old kid from England. He was very smart. He had a very good conversation about religion. So, yeah, man. This is the type of stuff we're doing, and I would love to have you back. The people are liking you right now, and
yeah, absolutely. I'm more than willing. So, thank you for having me on here. Thank you for inviting me and asking me to do this. Don't feel bad about the timing or whatever. I don't,
Oh.
you know what I mean? It's basically my life story, and it's the shit that I've gone through. So I don't need a lot of time to remember all that kind of stuff. So
Sure thing, man. All right. Well, I think that's gonna end it. What'd I do? Oh, what the heck? Oh, they sent this video. All right. Well, yeah, dude.
all right, yeah.
We'll talk soon.
I
Thanks a
appreciate
lot
it.
for
Thank you
thanks
very
for
much.
and keep posting that stuff, man. Keep posting it because more people need to see
Yeah.
that. Exactly what you sent me this morning is
Yep.
what I'm trying to send to the world. Is that our society needs this? Like the world needs this. The world needs to
whenever I
not.
see some good ones, I'll make sure to throw them on my story or retweet them or anything like that. So
Yeah, like post, dude. Take what I'm doing. You see that thing that I have under my Insta, like with those stories that stay forever. Make a thing called
Yeah.
mental health, man. Like, even if you don't think people are gonna see it, just like it'll help you. It's like a diary.
okay. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and all of
I
your,
gotta figure out how to do that.
I'll teach you how to do it.
All right.
All right.
I want to do one. I could do that for like my frozen food reviews too, if that's possible.
Yeah, guys, he's been doing this frozen food review thing recently, kind of ripping off Dave Portnoy, but there's nothing wrong with ripping off people's ideas if it works. That's how I'm, dude. That's how I'm making it. I'm ripping off my favorite streamer, but I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun doing it, and people are loving it. Like if it works, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm ripping off Barstool.
Oh, come on!
I mean,
One bite, everyone knows the rule.
Hey, he's known for doing his reviews on fresh pizza. I was doing frozen food in general. So, but anyway.
All
All right, man. I'm gonna head out of here. Thank you again for having me on.
Much
I
love.
appreciate it.
Solid 56
next-
minutes. We're rounding up to an hour conversation, man.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the viewers have just been going up since you've been in here. We had 5 viewers when we started. We're at 8. We peaked at 10 at one point, but we're killing it right now.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna post actually that clip I sent. I'll send it to you first, but I'm gonna post it and just see post it as an Insta post just to kind of show what we're doing.
All right, man. Cool. Do your thing.
All right, dude.
Thank you again. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, that's not the end, dude. You'll be back. All right, bro. Have a good one, man. Stay positive.
You too, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
All right. Adios.
Whew. Guys, thanks a lot for sticking around for that. I had so much fun with that. I mean, I had this huge smile on my face the whole time. I was crying under these glasses. I said it. I think we really hit on some of the hard subjects. And like when he texted me that this morning, I was just like, why the hell not? I mean, the first stream I had where we really blew up, it's been a week, and we tried doing the same thing, and it didn't work out exactly like this, but I want to do more stuff like this. And I know Huge Erection, he's definitely invited on there. He had some really good points, and if you guys ever want to be on here, I mean, pose a topic to me. You're definitely invited on here. I mean, we can talk about anything, absolutely anything like that we can talk about. That was an hour. And it felt like, it did not feel like an hour at all. I can't remember the last time I stayed on the phone with someone for an hour. So, I know, I've been streaming for like 16 hours every single day this week, but it was awesome. Like this, I'm not faking any of this stuff. Like this is real life for me. This is the shit that I'm interested in. And, you know, I don't care if like it's going to make me grow or not. I want to get that word out there. And, you know, all you guys need to know. I know some of you guys are a little younger in there, like Cody, you're in high school. Like that is a big deal. And I touched upon how high school is not an easy place. And like I hope you can take some of these things and just make your experience a little better in high school and anyone else out there. Like I'm saying that to you personally, Cody, because I know you. But like even if you could just spread that feeling to someone else that you see just not having a good time in high school, because it's not easy, dude. It's not easy all the time. But I'm just gonna walk away for a second. I'm gonna just grab a bite to eat really quick. It's easy. It's not fun. Yeah, dude, being a student athlete, it's not easy. But You know, you gotta prioritize your stuff, and it's always school first. It's not an athlete student; it's a student athlete, dude. But it's so hard to put school first when like your social life is like crazy. Cat, you got 6K channel points. We're gonna be getting super handstanded, assaulted by the super handstand. Let me look at that clip. I just want to. I'm gonna post that on Insta, guys. 2 more days left to Mixer, guys. Go make sure you take your payment info off of that shit. Move over to Twitch.
And I think people look at these as if like their only services or video games, so they don't think of these conversations actually being, you know what I mean?
That is such an awesome point. I need to like highlight that. Someone clip that, guys. Clip that right now because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna edit this whole conversation, man. 2 more days left to Mixer, guys. Go All right. Sorry. I just had to see that. I'm going to post that on my Instagram in a few. But, guys, exclamation point giveaway. Exclamation point giveaway right now. Do push-ups, handstands, too easy. Go like the Insta, guys. I know some people said it looked like a scam. It looked fake. It's not fake. I'm giving away $25. Announcing it Friday. So go post that in your story. Post, no, it's not fake. It's not fake at all. Post me saying this. Hello, this is not fake. This is logged in. Hello. I'm on your phone. Right? Possibly. Whatever you're watching this on. My giveaway is not fake. $25 giveaway. Announced Friday. Do 10 push-ups. Alright, 10 push-ups and I'm getting something to eat. I don't know. I didn't point the camera down, I don't think. But, sorry, I did 10 push-ups, I swear. I'll be right back, guys. Let me get my water. Well, 10 push-ups. Oh, welcome back. 10 more push-ups. You'll love to see it, huh? One sec. And I'm gonna pop that video on too that you sent me, and we'll watch that after this. We'll keep the conversation going. I haven't even been looking at Streamlabs for like the past couple minutes, but guys, thanks for being here right now, honestly.